I'm the Associate Director of Graduate Admissions, and I'm going to be your MC. The Graduate Studies office is right next door if anybody ever needs to do any drop ad or have any questions or whatever, you can come next door. I'm going to start the evening off with Dr. Corinne Murphy is going to say a few words. She is the Special Assistant to the Provost, and she's also the Department Chair for Special Ed. So if anybody here is a special ed student and wants to say hi afterwards, it's Dr. Corinne Murphy, and she's going to start us off.
They gave me mobility and a microphone. It's a little scary. Good evening. Welcome to Westchester University. I'm sure you've probably heard that about 400 times already just tonight, and you'll hear it many more times over the coming weeks. We love our students. As a matter of fact, we love our students so much that we teach more courses than any other faculty in most of the state colleges here at Westchester, or here at Pennsylvania. Okay, so that's one of the things that I want all of you to know is we are here because of you. We are not here because we have outside academic interests, but our programs, our curriculum, they're all built because of you. And our mission is to make sure that you're accessing curriculum that are going to enhance your lives. And as graduate students, you all have very, very different lives. And that's the other thing is we understand that. And so we will work with you. We are here to help you. Okay? How many of you went to undergrad here? Raise your hands high. Yep, very good. Proud Rams. Very good. How many people have family, friends, or know someone who has come to Westchester for an undergraduate degree or a graduate degree? Look around the room. Okay? We're one big, giant academic family, and it's fabulous. So I'm really happy to be a part of this. I'm really happy that you have a wonderful group of speakers who are going to give you information about all of the resources that are at your disposal as you are a student here. And I think you're going to have a fabulous time. So again, on behalf of Grad Studies, welcome and good luck.
Next, we're going to have Aisha, and you'll recognize her because you all got your free shirts from her. She's going to say a few words about the Graduate Student Association. That is your association.
Good evening, everybody. I am Aisha Thompson. I am the Vice President of the Graduate Student Association, or as we typically refer to it, just GSA. It's a lot easier to say. As you've all seen, we do like to give out a lot of things to people. So if you come to our events, such as you didn't get a t-shirt you did today, you can come to more of our events. We do events such as the Welcome Back. They'll be happening in a couple weeks where we do raffles, give out free stuff. We also have other resources available to you. So if you happen to go on a conference while you're here at Westchester, or you do any kind of travel while you're here academically, please come see us. We do a reimbursement. We cannot give you the money up front, but we will reimburse you. So please always contact us. We are here for you. There are 4 other members besides myself, 3 other members. There's 5 total on the exec board. We're currently looking for a new one right now. As I said, I'm the vice president. Mike Diaz, who you saw outside standing next to me handing out the shirts, is our treasurer. Molly Byrne is our president. And we have Janine Snow, who is our secretary. We are located in McKelvey Hall if you want to stop by, or if you need to contact us directly through via email, you can contact us directly, or preferably contact GSA at wcupa.edu. Thank you.
McKelvey Hall is the Office of Graduate Studies, which is right next door, the little White House next door. So the GSA has an office there, and all of us in the Graduate Studies office are there also. And the office is open every evening till 6 o'clock, except for Friday. Next, we're going to hear from Jeannie Reed, and Jeannie Reed is the Assistant Director in the Bursar's office, and the Bursar's office is where you go to pay your bill.
Thanks, Michelle. Welcome to Westchester. As Michelle told you, my name is Jean Reed. I'm from the Bursar's office, which is the office that sends you your bill, I'm sorry, takes your payments, I'm really sorry, and gives you refunds. You're welcome. How many of you have already received your bill? Good. How many have already paid your bill? Okay, so this is going to be really short. You probably all know then that we send bills electronically at Westchester University, which means we send an email to your Westchester school account. We don't use your personal account. We send your e-notification to your school account, basically instructing you to go into your MyWCU, look online at your bill, and there's where you can also pay your bill. Our vendor is called QuickPay, so most of you probably have already been there and seen that. After that initial bill goes out, we actually send one paper bill every semester just as a courtesy to make sure everything's up and running each semester for you. But after that initial paper bill, everything else is electronic. So if you're on our payment plan, all of your installments are going to be sent only in an email to you. I did mention payment plan. We do offer one. It is a monthly plan that you go on each semester if you choose to. And it would be, you pay 25% of your balance upfront by your bill due date. There will be then 3 more installments for that semester. So for the fall, you had a bill that was due in August. We're going to then bill you for September, October, and November. And we make our installment payments due on the 10th of the month for ease and convenience. If you do our payment plan in the spring, we'll bill you in November. Your bill will be due sometime in December, and then our installments in the spring will be February, March, and April. We give you January off. That's because of all those holiday bills. So that's our payment plan. There is a $35 fee for being on that, but you only pay it once each semester. We do also offer direct deposit refunds. So if you are getting a refund and you haven't already signed up for a direct deposit, please do so because it's the most convenient, easy way for us to give you your money. You do that through the QuickPay system by clicking on the direct deposit link. So how many of you have already received a refund possibly? They're starting to disperse aid this week, so this was our first week for refunds and there were a lot of them. So you have electronic billing, you know that we offer you a payment plan, and you know we have direct deposit. Pretty much that's the nuts and bolts of Bursar billing, so I'm going to turn it over to the next person.
The next person, speaking of aid, is Dan McElhaney, and he is the Senior Associate Director of Financial Aid. We'll talk a little bit about financial aid.
Thank you, Michelle. Again, my name is Dan McElhaney from the Financial Aid Office. Just want to tell you about the services we provide students in the graduate programs or teacher certificates or other certificate programs. We process the FAFSA application, and we also post scholarships, graduate assistant waivers, monies from the Department of Veteran Affairs and the Pennsylvania National Guard and Federal National Guard. We also provide the direct loan program to students that wish to borrow to help defray or pay the costs. It's been our experience that a lot of times there are some graduate students that have never participated in the direct loan program. So, if you do have any questions about the loan program, if you've accepted the loan for the first time and need questions or answers about the loan, please stop in and see us. For the first week, plus Monday the 31st, our office is going to be open late until 6 o'clock. So if you do have evening courses here, please stop by. Talk to us about your loans, how to borrow responsibly. Again, if you're new to financial aid, please stop in and we'll give you the lowdown. A lot of it was done sort of electronically through your MyWCU. So if you do have questions, please stop in. We also help students find outside scholarships. Okay, so if you have any questions about that, please stop in our office and ask to speak with me, Dan McElhaney, or set up an appointment or set up a telephone appointment. Although there may not be thousands of different opportunities here at the university, there are outside of the university, and we give help with students on how to search and apply for scholarships. I also just want to add that it's important to keep in touch with the Financial Aid Office through your MyWCU and our office. Please alert us of any enrollment changes, things like that, that may have an effect directly on your financial aid, which are your loans. So if you do have any questions, please stop by or give us a call or schedule an appointment where somebody would call you at a time that's convenient for you if you have any questions. We are open late, so please utilize that. If you are on campus, We generally close at 4:30, but we will be staying open until a little bit past 6 to help with any questions if you get on campus a little bit later. So thank you very much.
Financial aid, Dan?
Financial aid and the bursar are located, and the registrar's office, the student services were located at 25 University Avenue, which is at the corner of University and Church, which is right down that way. Okay, thank you.
We are videotaping this orientation, and it's going to be up on YouTube. So I will send everybody, all these new students, I'll send you a link in case you missed anything tonight. It will be up on YouTube in a couple of days, right? Okay. Next, we're going to hear from Maine Purse, and she is the interim associate director of library sciences. She'll talk to you about our library.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody, especially the returning students. Of the people who raised their hands and said that they got their undergraduate degree here, they earned their degree here, would you raise your hands again for me? Of those people, could you stand if you had library instruction? If you came in and never had library instruction? No one? She worked at one of the libraries. Nobody else came in for library instruction? Oh. Okay, so we failed. We got a big fail. That's not good news. Okay, so maybe your skills aren't up to par. Maybe you're a little rusty and you haven't been in school for a while. Good news, we have a ridiculous amount of resources for you. Ridiculous. We're rated in the country for the amount of money that we spend on library resources, believe it or not. We rank very, very highly. What we don't necessarily have is lots of chairs or people to help you, but the people we do have are very willing. Okay, I handed out a sheet. I hope everybody has this flyer. And the front of it is obvious. I'm not going to go through it, but the couple of things I wanted to tell you that most of our library resources are accessible from remote locations. That means anywhere that you have internet connection. But what you need to do is activate your privileges. In other words, by activating your privileges, it says, I am a WCU constituent. And right there in the red underneath the picture tells you how to do that. Now, if you've been a student, you're activated. If you checked out a book, you're probably activated. You don't have to activate it by phone. You can do it when you're in. It's just, if you're going to be researching, that's usually the way that's the quickest. Any questions about that? Your library card number is on the back of your RAM card. If you don't have a RAM card, you can call the same number under the picture and say, I'm a graduate student, I'm part-time, I don't have a library or a RAM card, but could you give me my long 16-digit number? And that's what you need, okay? So it's on the back of your RAM card. Okay, so we have a ridiculous amount of information for you. But because there is so much, the best thing, the most valuable resource is the staff and the librarians. And on the back of this page are your contacts. Now, the reference desk is open 7 days a week at Francis Harvey Green Library, right down here on the corner. We are open, hours are available online, and the availability of the reference librarians is a little less than the hours that we're open, but you can call us, you can email us, you can text us, and contact us through the night, and somebody will get to your question the next day. But the reference desk is to start with. If you are having problems or if you feel really rusty, email your contacts. So we have it arranged by discipline on the back of these pages. And so anybody not see who their contact is? There are many areas that reported to a librarian who is out ill, and it says to be decided. So if you're one of those people, you can contact the ref desk and we'll refer you to the temporary replacement. Okay, so these are people that are specialists in your area. They're familiar with your assignments, so they should shortcut help you save time. The worst thing is for us to see frustrated people wandering around after 3 hours embarrassed because they think they should know. 98% of people don't know. I don't know everything because things in the library are changing fast and frequently. Okay, so please ask for help. There is a graduate study lounge in room 608, 6 floors. The library, by the way, has 6 floors. I hope you'll have all visited. 608, and I'm going to give you the code if anybody wants to take out their cell phone. I just better check to make sure. 32680 is the passcode. There's a little keypad on that. It's not huge, but I'll tell you, it's nice, especially to, separate yourself from the undergrads. Who, by the way, do come to the library, come in numbers, come in groups, and sometimes are loud as our graduate students. But if you need quiet space to work, the higher floors are quiet floors, 6th floor, 5th floor, 4th floor, and we try to enforce the quiet. And if it isn't quiet, you have the right to come down or email the rep desk and we enforce it. The 1st floor, ground level, the main floor, which is the 2nd floor, and the 3rd floor are quite a bit noisier. But if you're meeting and are working on a group assignment, those are the floors you might want to go to, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. We have a group study room that's really nice, big screen TVs and monitors and laptops that you can work on. Laptops are also available at the IMC for use in the building. You can't take them out. But you could get one and work as a group anywhere in the library. Okay, again, you need an ID or your barcode number to use those in the building. Speaking of the IMC, Instructional Materials Center, who's an education graduate student? Okay, you will be very happy with the availability of different things in the IMC. There's die cut machines, there's cone binding, there's lots of things for, we have a juvenile library, many things for you, but for everyone here, especially people who are going to be going to conferences, doing any sort of research, we have poster making. And it's often used. Recently, the Masters in Public Health class, each one of them was able to print a very reasonably priced 4-color poster that you can use at a research day or to present. Don't spend $200 at Kinko's to get these posters printed. Use the facilities on campus. Color printing, cone binding, poster making, lamination, die cuts, lots of things. Maybe we don't have everything, but at least try. All the printers in the library print double-sided prints. You'll get syllabi, you'll get readings. Sometimes people like to print them out, and if you don't use your printer at work or you have one that's not working as well at home, use the libraries. All of you are allocated 125 pages a week, and that means you get 250 pages, right? Some majors, you'll run through that. I don't have the right to override it. That's when you're going to go to Anderson and cry and ask them for help or call. And don't give them my name, okay? But they can do some magic over there. We have free scanning. Why do you need scanning? Occasionally, materials are on reserve. Reserve often means in library use. But you can go to our scanners, our free scanners, scan that page, that chapter, whatever, send it to your email, put it on a flash drive, and head on to the million things you do. Free scanning, free faxing. You can't receive faxes. We have them on 2 floors in the library, even in the press and music library, there's a scanner. Any questions so far? So in other words, there's lots of services. There's people to help you. You have your contact. The Graduate Student Lounge, to go back to that, I sort of lost my thought there. Why do you need that? Because sometimes there may be noise and you just need a little space. Through exams, from October on, space is at a premium. And so there's a few more chairs in there, and it's a good place for graduate students. To get help, I'll finish on that. To get help, especially if you're feeling a little rusty, a good time to come is Saturday afternoon. We don't see an awful lot of undergrads at that time. Sunday afternoon also, but by Sunday at 9 o'clock, forget about it, because there's streams of coffee-carrying, needy undergrads. Reference librarians are there till 10, okay? Sunday night, we're open till 2, but reference librarian, are, you know, like I said, are not there the entire time. But if you want a fresh, minty brain librarian, Saturday afternoon is a good time. I'm not saying, I know some of you may work, I'm just saying that's a good time, especially if you're feeling a little rusty. Number one question, do we have all your textbooks? No. Will we have some? Maybe, especially if it isn't like the 10th edition of psychology, okay? We're not going to fill everybody's needs for a textbook. But in graduate school, you're assigned a lot of, and many of you will have supplementary readings. Those are the kinds of things that we might have because not everybody's reading the same book. Also, free interlibrary loan. Quick, free. Never pay to borrow anything. If you're searching through Google, which is a whole other hour and a half, why not to use Google exclusively? But if you're searching Google and you see something from JSTOR, you're like, oh yeah, that's a database, but I can get it free. And then the next thing they say is send $35. No. Don't do that, okay? But back to interlibrary loan. You can interlibrary loan for books and articles, free. Articles come usually the same day. Books may take a little longer. So if you need help, you can look through the web pages, but don't hesitate to ask for help. And there's no limit on this. There's no limit on the books you can check out. We have streaming videos, we have DVDs, all sorts of, materials. There's no limits, things are free, and there's help. Any questions? Good. Thank you and good luck. We're glad to have you here.
I just want to introduce Summer Davy. She's not going to speak, but Summer Davy is over there waving. She's here from the Office Center for International Programs. So if anybody has any questions for her, she's there in the back. She's not going to speak up here, but she's back there. Our next speaker is from the Office of Research and Sponsored Programs, and her name is Rabia Keita. I hope I pronounced that okay. You can correct me. She's one of our graduate assistants.
Hi, it's Rabia Keita. I'm a GA student and graduate assistant at the Office of Research and Sponsored Programs. So basically, the purpose of our organization is to promote research, scholarly activities, and creative activities on campus. We work with faculty and students to help them find funding for a research project that they're interested in doing, all the way starting from looking for the right opportunity out of the 40,000 opportunities that we have on Pivot, which is a database where you go to look for all of these. So we start off by looking for the right one for them, and then applying for the right one, what to write in your application, how to make it successful, and give you a bigger chance of getting accepted for those opportunities, all the way to once you receive it, how to utilize those funds to make the most out of your research project. Now, this is not only research, we actually have scholarships, and I know a lot of you have internships, and there's a lot of internship opportunities that you can avail as well. So if you type in wcupa.edu/research, that's where it will take you to our website. We have a For Students page. Some of the common opportunities we are putting up on the For Students page. So you'll see an updated list of this award is coming up, or this research opportunity is coming up. But we cannot put all 40,000 on there because we're not Pivot. So the best way is to just email us, and we will sit down with you. We'll give you a quick tutorial on how to use Pivot. how to look for what you're looking for, and then we will sit down and start the application process with you. I spoke to some of you already, but I will be in the lobby area with information booklets and pamphlets if anybody is interested in grabbing information rather, because I know in 5 minutes there's only so much I can say. Our first biannual research day is on November 10th, so this is an opportunity to come out, meet some of the faculty. We're going to be having a networking session, kind of like a speed dating session between faculty and students to help them connect. I know a few of them are getting funding and are looking for research assistants. So if you don't get a GA position, don't lose hope, because there's a lot of other opportunities out there. So do come out to that, see what your fellow students and faculty have been working on, and yeah, hopefully we can answer any questions that you have and look for, you know, at the end of the day, everybody wants to make money. So we will try to find you some sort of a funded opportunity to kind of promote your research interests and be the leaders in your field. Thank you.
Next, we have Madeline Laver, and she's going to talk about academic computing.
Hello everyone, so my name is Madeline. I work in the IT help desk, which is over in Anderson, or the place you come to cry when you have no pages left. So 2 things that I think every student here is concerned about is how to connect to the internet and what stuff they can get for free. Am I right about that? So really basic, how to connect to the internet. If you have a smartphone or a laptop, all you have to do is connect to RamNet. That's our wireless network on campus, and your login information is just your regular university credentials. So your username would be your initials, 6-digit ID at wcupa.edu, and your password, whatever it was set up to be. So that's how you log into the network. We also do have a guest network, so if your families come and you don't want to have them log in with your credentials, you can have them set up a guest account. All they have to do is connect to RamNet Guest. Then they say a window will pop up, ask them to create an account, and they will put in their email address and phone number. It'll send you a text message with your password, and that'll work for 24 hours. So if ever you have trouble with RamNet, or if you have a guest coming on campus and they need internet, that's a really simple step that you can do to just get them connected. So internet, check. So now free stuff. As was already mentioned, you do get 125 free pages of printing a week, and you can maximize that by double-siding in the library and in the Anderson labs. When you double-side, you get 250 pages. So it counts the sheets of paper, not the sides of paper. So you can maximize that to 250 pages a week. If you lose your pages because of a printer jam or there wasn't enough ink, so the pages came out and they were all not full of information, then we can refund your pages. We can't, unfortunately, just give you more because you need more, but there is a copy center in this very building on the 2nd floor where you can print anything if you just simply run out of pages and you need to print a couple more pages. We also offer 5 pages of color printing in our office in Anderson, which is room 21. So if you need to print something small, not like a 30-page research paper, then you can just come to our office, print 5 pages, and you're good to go. In Anderson, where our office is located, we have a number of open labs that also function as classrooms. So I know you guys are grad students, you probably won't have many classes in there, but if there's not a class going on, you can also use it as an open lab. So those places are normally less undergraduate students. We have an open lab which is pretty packed most of the time, especially during finals week. And a lot of students don't know that you can go into any one of the classrooms as long as there's not a class. So you guys will know that, and you can go into those rooms and have the whole room to yourself or have like 2 other people in the room, which is really great. So free printing. And I had a couple of questions before this started about software, specifically Microsoft Office, specifically for Mac computers. We do offer Office 365 for all active students, and you can select the option to download it for a Windows or a Mac computer. So I'm just going to point you to the web page right here. I'll leave your page up. Westchester homepage. Might take a little bit. Did I click it? I promise I work in technology. So we offer Office 365, and all you have to do is a quick download. You can either search in the search bar or navigate to our page, which is right here, IT Help Desk. And this is our main page where we have all our information about our hours, any software packages we offer. But right here, Office 365 Pro Plus, if you click on that, it'll bring you to this page. And if you just click on how do you download the software, this link right here, all you have to do is click on that, log in with your credentials, and it should just install right on your computer. You can install this on up to 5 computers and 5 devices. So if you have a computer at home, like a desktop, and you don't have Office, you can install it on there. If you have an iPhone, you can install it on your phone. So it's a really great resource that we have available for students, and it's completely free to you while you're at your tenure at Westchester. So if you're here for 2 years, you jam-packed your graduate studies into 2 years, good for you. You can have this for 2 years. If you're here for 10 years, you can have this for 10 years. And since it's Office 365, it is updated with whatever the most recent version is. So right now it's at 2013, but when it comes out inevitably with 2015, it'll be updated to that, so on and so forth down the road. So it's a really great resource. Please take advantage of that. You won't be able to actually use the software until the first day of classes, but at this point, that's in like 4 days, so not really too big of a deal. But you will be able to download it now, and then once the first day of classes start, you can go ahead and use that. Another thing that we offer for free is RamCloud, which has any number of software that you might need in your classes. So all you have to do, you can come here if you want, or you just go to ramcloud.wcupa.edu, and you'll log in with your university credentials again. And you'll have to install a small software package on your computer, but once you do that the first time, you'll never have to do it for that computer again. All you'll have to do is log into the web page, and all of these software packages are available to you. So if you have a class that needs MATLAB, not really sure what that is, but it sounds expensive. So here it is for you, completely free of charge. A lot of these software packages are available in our labs as well, but this you can use anywhere you have an internet connection. So if you're at home, or you're at a friend's house, or you're working on a project at 3 o'clock in the morning and you can't come to the labs, you can just log into a laptop, go right here, and there's the software available for you. So another really great resource to save you guys a bunch of money. Please check here before buying any kind of software. I handed out these pamphlets, these little blue things. Our information is all printed on the back there. The contact information for the help desk is on the top. So if you have any questions, feel free to call or email us. Email's probably better. You'll get a faster response than if you give us a phone call. But you can call us as well. There's also information about ResNet right in the middle. If you ever have any trouble with your computer, with your laptop, if it crashes and you don't know what to do, bring it to ResNet, and they'll do what they can for you to fix it completely free of charge. If you have to purchase any parts, like say you shatter your screen, then you'll have to buy the actual screen, but ResNet will install it for you, so you won't have to pay for any of that. So it's a really great way to save some money. It's covered by your tech fee, so it's free for you guys. Don't take it to Geek Squad because they'll charge you an arm and a leg, and everybody knows students these days don't have an extra arm and a leg to spare. So take it to ResNet and they will fix it for you for free. And then that last information on there, D2L services, if you ever have any trouble with your classes on D2L, say it's not showing up in your account or it's showing up but something looks funky, contact them and they can help you get everything sorted out. And I think that covers all of our information. If you have any questions, feel free to email.
Next, we're going to have Lynn Clingan-Smith speak. Lynn is the Director of Social Equity here at Westchester.
Good evening. Welcome. Congratulations. Are your heads about ready to explode? Yeah. I know it's a lot of information at one time, and I know that probably my office may not be the office that you use very much during your career as a graduate student, but I at least want to tell you about what we do in the Office of Social Equity. Really, the Office of Social Equity, I'll put it very succinctly, our mission is to focus on equity and inclusion. So we are the office that pays attention to all the policies that protect you. That's things like discrimination, harassment, Americans with Disabilities Act. And for those of you who've been watching a lot of the stuff in the news, Title IX, which really focuses on sexual misconduct. And for those of you who may be parents or in the audience, Title IX also covers parenting and pregnant students. So there, if you happen to go onto our website, under the policies, you'll see all the policies that may apply to you at some point during your tenure as a graduate student. Our office is also, we partner with a lot of other offices on campus to provide programming related to those topics. So you'll see within the first week of school, you'll see all kinds of programs that take place here on the campus. And if you don't have a night when you're not taking classes, I would encourage you to participate. We also do lots of things during the day, so it's not just limited to nighttime programs. So please, please take advantage of those if you can. I work with an assistant director. Her name is Lena Torres-Zickler. Our office is located on University Avenue in a small little house. Looks a little dilapidated, but I can tell you that we're always happy when we get visitors because we don't get a lot of visitors on my end of the street. So anytime you have questions that are related to things that you suspect are policy violations, you're feeling uncomfortable, I'll give you an example. Last year I had a graduate student who came to me. She was concerned because a professor asked her to stay after class. All right, that doesn't seem so unusual. She stays after class. The professor starts talking to her about the relationship between him and her, and he would like it to be better. All right. Does that make the hair on the back of anybody's neck stand up a little bit? She's 22, he's 45, it's 10 o'clock at night, there's nobody in the room.